about checking out Corner. Y'all, please go check out that Truck and Chub Z, man. The dude is, and especially when him and Shad get on there. Him and Shad they got a chemistry, bro. It's almost like peaches and herb, bro. They got this thing going. Yeah.
Yo, what's up with it, everybody? What's going on with it? What's going on with it, everybody? What is going on? I hope that everybody is having a wonderful Friday night. Thank you for coming over and kicking it with us on this wonderful Friday night. We about to get up into it. So when I had sent this to my co-host over here, Shad, excuse me, I had to put that up. He said, bruh, Deion might have just opened Pandora's box. So y'all don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to just play the joint right off the muscle. All right. What's going on, South Coast Kane? I see you out here, man. I'm going to play it, man. I'm going to play it. Let me play it. Where's it at? Let me get this pulled up here. See if I can play it. Let me give credit to Undisputed via Front Office Sports for the footage and the audio. Put a disclaimer out there real quick because
slotted to go at this number pick. Randomly, something comes out that they flunked the drug test, or they have this type of injury, or they were seen with this, and wildly, their draft grade drops. How does that happen? How does that mysteriously come out right before the draft? That's even more harsh. Now you're affecting someone's livelihood, and you're putting a tremendous rumor on somebody that may not even be true. Mm-hmm. So that's done every year. The reason I know that, I worked the draft, I think, for about 10 to 12 years straight. I know that to be true.
Did you hear what the man said? Did you catch what he said? Now, he said it was all there. It was all up in there. Do I got to play it again? Should I play it again? Should I play it again one more time? Or do I need to play it one more time for you to hear it? South Coast, you want to hear it again, dog? Do I need to play it again? All right, listen, man. Anyhow, Deion. So what Deion just said, right, was that he knows that they set up the draft slots. They're already picked in order who they want, who's coming off the board, so forth and so, so on. And then he goes to say he knows this for a fact because he's worked the draft for 10 to 12 years. Now, this is just my opinion, and I'm going to serve up what I've been using is the word hypothesis because this is an educated guess of what I'm going into. So that's the word I've been using, and I'm going to stick with that. So, this is what up, studio, what up? He said no description makes it harder for the algorithm. I don't know, but just share it. Hit the like button 10 times for me, dog. Put it on every social media you got. But yeah, so studio, you just coming in. Deion Sanders says something, and look. So my hypothesis on this is just that Deion had just put the NFL on Front Street just now. He just put him out there, all the way out there. Now, you remember his comments a few weeks ago when he was, well, a week ago, where he was talking about how Travis and Shador was going to be first round picks and where they're going and everything else, right? So now he comes out, he says this, right? And I think that this statement that he makes now kind of helps what was going on, because that could have hurt them with certain owners and so forth and so on. Well, he's like, well, I know how y'all play this draft game because I worked the draft 10 to 12 years. So y'all already know where they going. So don't try to play them now. Don't try to play them because of what I said. But how many other people out there have been affected by this whole routine? And he's just now coming out and saying this. Like, I'm gonna let you go ahead and cook a little bit. I'm gonna throw the link in the chat, man, because I honestly want to hear what a couple other people, what everybody has to say on this. But go ahead and cook a little bit on this, bro. Let me get this link up out there, then I'm gonna jump back in, man.
I forgot about this. When you initially sent me this, I said it's a Pandora's box, but I forgot. I said, wait a minute, Deion, you helped facilitate a situation for this to happen.
Yeah.
You and your relationship with Dez Bryant cost that young man a whole football season. I remember that, Deion. And conveniently, Dez Bryant gets drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. Now, we know Deion calls the Falcons home, played at San Fran, played in Dallas, played in Washington, played in Baltimore. But we kind of know Dallas is your heart. We know that's your heart. So, Deion, you played the game. You were used somewhat as a pawn, in my opinion, now that since you feel emboldened enough to go ahead and put this out here, you choose to do this for Dez Bryant. Now, it worked out in Dez Bryant's favor. You go to the Dallas Cowboys, wear number 88, one of the best receivers in franchise history. So it worked out for you. But I want to go through just two examples of where, aside from Deion, where there is maybe some validity to this. Now, obviously, me being a Miami Hurricane fan, we all know about the situation with Warren Sapp. Warren Sapp, coming out of college, coming out of University of Miami, probably hands down the best defensive player in all of college football. Spontaneous, well, not surprisingly, some information that was supposed to be confidential. Some information that was supposed to be confidential about drug testing and some off the field things, they hit the media. So Warren Sapp was accused of failed drug tests, utilization of cocaine, battery charges, as well as something that I guess he just couldn't keep his hands off of, prostitution, right? Dealing
Right.
So, it is what it is. All of that stuff hit right when this young man is supposed to be walking into what's supposed to be the best time of his entire life. All of that stuff happened. Warren Sapp ends up falling to, at that time, the worst football franchise in NFL, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, again, it worked out. Him and Derrick Brooks, they had a resurgence. Tampa Bay was able to win a Super Bowl, had a great defense, the Tampa 2 defense, all that good stuff. So that story ended well. The other story we have is obviously Laramie Tunsil. Laramie Tunsil looked at as being the top 5 draft pick. Draft night, what do we see? We see Laramie Tunsil with a gas mask on, smoking. Who they say his father, who felt a certain type of way, uploaded that image. Now, my question is, to piggyback off of Deion, and obviously this may be somewhat of a conspiracy. Why are you just not leaking that image? Dad? You could. So they may give a little validity to it, but again, I'll say this in closing. Deion, if that's what it is, and if you want your son and your stepson now, Travis, to go to some warm weather teams, then you know what needs to be done.
Man, let them kids play. Let them boys play ball first, and then see what they do this year, and then let it play itself out. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say on that one. But what he just said was powerful. But like I said, I think that's where that came from. That whole thing, though. I think that whole situation came from him saying that and him coming on and saying that because we have been seeing this for years and years with players. I'm glad you brought up Warren Sapp because I do remember that whole situation. You know what I'm saying? He was loved America. He was the top defensive player and all of that. I do remember that. And they started coming out saying a whole lot of things. And ironically, didn't this happen to Terrell Pryor up at Ohio State? Is that who he played for? Wasn't that Terrell Pryor? He was
Well, the Terrell Pryor situation
he,
that was
he, he was signing
that was
autographs, right?
that was a different situation right there.
Well,
Because
well, I mean, but it still came out before the draft, though, right? Wasn't it? When it didn't it come out before, or was it during the season?
no, it was during the season.
Okay,
And
all right, all right.
what was supposed to happen was
Mm-hmm.
they were going to. I guess he was going to serve he and I forgot. I think it was Heron, the running back, and a couple of more players. I guess they were supposed to like serve some type of suspension, and maybe was supposed to go away if they agreed to come back for the 2011 season. But they didn't come back for the 2011 season. They went ahead and opted for the draft, which subsequently Jim Tressel got fired, and we all know the saga.
Right.
But yeah,
Okay. All right. Thank you for clearing that up. Thank you for clearing that up, bro. Cause but yeah, it's just been a lot of that iffy stuff going on before the draft. You start hearing people's names and whatever else. But for him to come out and say that, I don't agree with everything that man say or everything he do, coaching wise and his ways. But however he do it, he do it. But when come out and say stuff like this, I go on outside and leaning like I like that kind of. All right, you gonna come out and you going against the whole shield right now. And let me ask y'all this question: do you think this is gonna hurt them more than it's gonna help? Him coming out and saying this now, is this gonna hurt them or is this gonna help? And that's it. Just help or hurt. That's it. And then we can move on to the next topic, bro.
I mean, it'll probably help.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. I take that. I take that.
Because you know what, Deion himself could probably maybe attest or something like that. I mean, obviously he was a high draft pick, but maybe who's to say he went a pick or two higher?
But bro, ain't nobody bigger than those NFL shield though. I don't care who you is.
They're not. No, I agree. I agree.
So and me, I think it hurts him. I think this hurts him. Like for him coming out and saying that I worked the draft and I know this firsthand that teams do this and all that, and him going against all them owners and things like that. Like they don't like that stuff. First of all, you tell now, just a week ago or so, you was telling us your son ain't playing in the cold. He gonna be a first or a first, top 5 pick of the NFL draft for him and Travis. And now now you saying what we do in order and everything else. Now saying like I don't think that all this. I don't think that helps. I don't care how big of a social media star you are or how many likes you can get on Instagram and X and all of that. Like ain't nothing bigger than that shield, man. When it comes to them and they bottom line and the way they do things, that what they call that, the air quote good old boy network, you ain't bigger than that. And sometimes, man, you just gotta be quiet, Prime. You know what I'm saying? Just keep doing your thing. Stay focused on what's going on over there. But I guess this is just another one of those ploys and things that he does to get the algorithm jumping in his name and everybody talking about him again. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's just one of those things again. But sometimes, man, it go way too off. And I thought I came up with the most unorthodox things and ways to say things. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? But we gonna keep it moving though, man. We had to bring it, huh? Well, no, go ahead, bro. You about to cook? Go ahead.
No, I just gotta say this. I would agree wholeheartedly with you if Dia didn't have the ear of the two most powerful owners, well, two of the three most powerful owners in the NFL, Jerry Jones and Arthur Blank. Jerry's number one, Arthur Blank
Mm,
is Robert Kraft is obviously 2.
mm-hmm.
So I mean, again, let's play the game. Shador to Dallas, Travis to the Falcons.
Mm, mm.
Both guys feel a need that those two teams are going to need in next year's draft. Obviously, they have to go out on the field and perform.
Right.
Now, who's to say who's to say it?
Right. Hey, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I feel you on that, but I just, there's Arthur Blake and Jerry
You know
Jones.
what? But you know what though?
They
Again,
used to be.
but
They. I don't think that they the most powerful no more. I don't think that they sway everything no more. That's just me though. That's me. I
but
don't
you know,
think they sway everything.
hey Chuck, how about this though? Let's bring this right back to the beginning. Deion being used again.
Mm, okay.
You being used again by saying this is what they do. And so, like you say, if you say it hurts them, what teams are gonna feel hurt by it? The Falcons, they party central.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care about they would love for Travis to be there. They had Michael Vick there, obviously. Now, obviously, they didn't know what Vick was doing with the dogs, but they would love that. And Shador back to Dallas. So while that may scare away, um, let's say a Mark Davis, McNair Group, Saints owner, Tennessee Titans, Jerry Jones and Arthur Blank would love. They
Mm,
would love for some information to come out to where Travis
mm.
Hunter Sunday.
Okay. I get
Again,
what you're saying. I get what you're saying. They using them. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. And look, and it makes sense. It makes sense. I see exactly where you're going with this. I see exactly where you're going with this. They're gonna fall right into Arthur Blank's and Jerry Jones' lap. You know, I still think I don't. I just think it just
I,
is.
I I know what point you're coming from,
You're
but
right.
like I told you before the show started, I said this is gonna turn into a topic. Like you brought it like they're gonna be an appetizer, but you said like 2 hours ago, so I had time to sit here and meditate on it. I said, wait a minute, we can go there, we can go there.
We can
What
go,
owners right now
man.
want extra attention to their franchise? What does Shador Sanders? Because obviously, let's just go ahead and play.
This perfect. This perfect. It's perfect, and I see exactly where you coming from up on this whole thing, and it fell right in their lap the way that it is. So yes, he could both ways is true. He could be getting used, and yes, he could be turning away a lot of different owners in this. But I still think, and it puts another target upon their backs again. You know what I'm saying? The fact that it is all about them. But there's some other stuff going on, man. But I don't know what happened to him, man. But he should be
You
probably
can
there.
hear
You
me?
go, there you
You can
go.
hear me? You can hear
Yeah, I
me?
can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got to turn my do not disturb on. But no, I was gonna say, what does a Shador Sanders jersey sales? What does that do to Jerry Jones' bottom line? What does a Travis Hunter jersey sale do for Arthur Blank bottom line? What do
Mm-hmm.
two players with the selling a commercial, the commercial presence that they have right now? What does that do for the Cowboys and Atlanta Falcons? Again, we just hypothetically speaking, but I'm just saying those two franchises. I mean, it's about, hey, we want to
They
get butts
benefit.
in seats. You know,
Yeah,
why not?
they benefit the most. That those two organizations benefit the most of him opening up his mouth like this, puffing up his chest at the NFL. Um, but
And
it also could hurt him in other ways too, man. Other ways that can go against them. You know what I'm saying? They become target to the NFL and the good old boy network,
oh,
and you know what I'm saying. And so just little things, because everybody ain't gonna like that. You just walk up in here like, man, but hey. I get what you're saying, and
what
it's perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. That is a great way to look at things and a great way to look at that situation like
what
that.
does that look
You know,
what does that
we
look
have
like again? The Atlanta Falcons drafting what may be Deion Sanders 2.0.
I may argue with you that is
I'm
the
not
Atlanta
saying he's
Falcons a great
Deion.
organization? I don't think they're a great organization. I don't think so.
Who that is?
The Falcons.
Oh, I
And
don't
my
think
brother, he
they are.
loves the Falcons, but I don't think they're a great organization at all.
No. I don't think so either. I'm just talking about from a marketability standpoint and just bottom line standpoint. That's what I'm talking about. No, I'm not saying that either them going to the Cowboys or the Falcons is going to be the best thing for them. But I'm going back to what you were saying. When it's about dollars and cents, okay, what can get more people to come to Falcons games? Obviously, people are going to come to the Falcons game, but hey, we got Travis Hunter. You're already from Georgia.
He the man to me.
The average, again, I say this, probably the average maybe NFL fan will know him. People, individuals that may not, watch college football, you'll probably know about Travis Hunter because you know Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders talks about him. And obviously he's a home state kid, so you'll know about him. And so you'll kind of pay attention to it. And obviously Shador, you're in doubt. I mean, you're in the Texas area. They'll know about you. You're on like y'all are on like not local commercials. Like y'all are on big, like y'all are on Google. Like y'all had a Google commercial. You know what I'm saying? So I think again, like you say, yeah, it'll probably put a target on their back. But again, if they perform, Deion has already laid it out. We're not going to no cold weather teams. Not going to no cold weather teams. Because again, like you say, as a person that's investing money, I don't want someone that's gonna cause any trouble. So let's just say hypothetically that crosses off all those cold weather teams. You don't get Travis, you don't get Shador. Again, all based on their performance. So when you take them off the list, 3 of the teams that Deion played for are still there. 49ers, Cowboys, and Falcons. The Falcons are in a situation, in my opinion, the Falcons probably don't have to do much. They would probably be in position to get either Shador or Travis next year based on their record. Now, we already did a mock draft, which we're gonna do it again before the draft. We gotta go ahead, we're gonna go ahead and do it. Not for this upcoming draft, but next draft. But I still think Will Johnson is probably gonna be the best corner. So either way it goes, either the Cowboys can get Shador or they can get Travis. Or the Falcons can get Shador or get Travis. It's
right.
Based on the way it is right now, the Cowboys probably get Shador, Falcons get Travis. You know what I'm saying? Just the way it is. But
that's crazy that we could even sit here and you could even say that now. Those two owners, when we talk about San Fran, that really ain't happening. I think San Fran is too much of a classy organization to do that. But yeah, Falcons, they'll go for the circus.
Yeah,
they will.
Why would you go? It's Atlanta.
They will.
And again, anybody listen to this, I don't want y'all to take this the wrong way. These are my words. I don't want to put it on trucking. Atlanta is a circus. Atlanta is a circus.
Universal.
You know what I'm saying? So it is a circus.
It is.
So
it is.
It's another attraction. And again, when I use the word attraction, I'm not talking about someone being in a confined space and they feeding them peanuts and feed them once every 2 weeks. No. You get what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And man, I mean, Dallas is borderline there too right now. If Dallas don't win something, if Jerry Jones can't put together something, and if they can't hold something sustainable and win, because they gotta win, because they can't just keep going to the playoffs and then losing, going to the playoffs and then losing, going to the playoffs and losing. They got to put something together, man. And I mean, I know I'm a Steeler fan, diehard Steeler fan, but look, I respect them down there, but they borderline, and so is they have to win. Because what it's been 20 some years, it's been a long time, 24, 25 years. So I don't know, something like that. But man, great discussion, man. Great discussion. I always leave looking at things from a different perspective when I talk to you, man. Great discussion. Keep it moving on the next topic. What we got up here on the rundown? What we got? Oh yeah. Now, who get picked first out of Bo Nix, JJ McCarthy and Michael Penix Jr. Who comes off the board first? And I want everybody to jump in on this. If you out there and you watching right now and you see that, put it in the chat. If you chatting, if you whatever, if you watching, just do it. Just go ahead and do what you do. But me personally, I think I wanna say Michael Penix so bad, but I just know that with his injuries and just all the little nitpicky things that you could throw in there. But honestly, I say Bo. I think Bo gonna come off the board before one of them come off. The reason why I say Bo Nix, man, because despite what everybody thinks about Bo Nix out there, Bo Nix is an NFL ready quarterback. Yeah, he may not have the arm talent that blows you out of the water, but his creativity in the pocket, his the way he can manipulate the pocket, his mobility is good. He can make the short dink and dunk throws or whatever, and he's made some pretty good throws too, and he knows how to read the defense. He knows how to, call the mic out, who's the identify the most dangerous defender on the field and how to slide his protection when it needs to be slid. And if you watch some of his film and then some of his games, especially in that Washington game when him and Michael Penix went back and forth, they both played an outstanding game, outstanding. And Bo Nix just keeps getting better and better and better and better. And the best ability in the whole NFL is availability, and he stays healthy. And I think he comes off the board first. I mean, I do. That's just me in my opinion. I feel like that. Who you working with, and you probably somebody different, and why, bro?
Hey, we both love Michael Penix, but
Yeah.
hey, but you know what? Hey, could this be? Hey, I'm on not to prolong the previous topic, but hey, this seems like a Deion thing all over. How you
Does
go
it?
being probably the best college quarterback? Now, obviously, you talk about the knee, the injury. The man
Mhm.
been healthy the past 2 years.
Right.
He's shown some durability the past 2 years, and you still talking about stuff from 3 to 4 years ago. But understandable. But with that being said, I have to go with JJ McCarthy.
JJ McCarthy. And why? And why JJ McCarthy?
I love JJ McCarthy.
Okay.
JJ McCarthy is my second favorite quarterback in this entire draft, behind Michael Penix. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm acting like an NFL GM right now.
Okay.
I see so much untapped potential because he wasn't asked to use any of his tools. JJ is mobile. He can throw on the run.
Mm-hmm.
Give him some protection. He can make a throw. Now, obviously, again, he will make a throw that. What are you doing? Obviously, he made one of those against the University of Alabama in the championship game where he just
Right.
literally threw the ball straight to Caleb Downs. But I think Caleb Downs was out of bounds and then came back in bounds or
Yeah.
something. They negated the interception. He's gonna make that throw, but he has the size.
Yes, he does.
Doesn't have a huge arm. That's the only knock. That's the only thing I was thinking that maybe his arm would be bigger than what it is.
Right.
Not. But I mean, he's the type of quarterback that, in my opinion, if you go to a team like a Atlanta Falcons that has a prolific run game, good offensive line, and you can bring him on slowly, where you're not putting so much on his plate from a passing perspective, I do think JJ McCarthy can be a quarterback that probably get you to the playoffs.
Hey, I ain't mad at you, bro. I ain't mad at you for that. And you know what? I made a video on JJ McCarthy. And and when I was talking about my Steelers, before we got Justin Fields, I was saying like I would want us to go after like JJ McCarthy. You know what I'm saying? He's unselfish. You know what I mean? JJ McCarthy, he's an unselfish player. He didn't want to drop back and throw the ball. Now he could have, and I believe they could have played that way. But when it came time for it, and he was like, "Look, they got they defense, they all over me. I can't make the throws that I'm great at, and if I know it's not there, and I want to win, man, I'm checking." Now this is just rumors. I don't know. This is just rumors, but I heard he checked out of a lot of passes during the Penn State game, and they just ran the ball heavy on them. I mean, they did. Blake Corum and them they just went crazy. Now he was checking out of some plays and handing the ball off. Now that's just goes to show his unselfishness. And then JJ McCarthy. I like JJ too. I like all three of these quarterbacks, but I just think Bo Nix come off first. But he might not. But the Denver Broncos fit him to me. I know a lot of them Denver Broncos fans, they say they want to wait for Shedeur Sanders to come out and tank the season, but Bo Nix is right there. Him going underneath him going underneath Sean Payton out there, I think that's a good fit. With Sean Payton's history with quarterbacks, he got the size. They all got size and mobility. They both do. And I'm not mad at you for that, bro. I'm not mad at you for that. I think JJ McCarthy, but the Vikings are looking at him, and the Vikings are picking at number what? What are the Vikings pick at going for number? Because the Falcons ain't grabbing. I don't think they're gonna grab McCarthy because they just got Kirk Cousins, and the Vikings, they wasn't too keen on spending all that money on Kirk Cousins because I heard that there was rumors for them to be looking at JJ McCarthy in the draft. So wherever number Minnesota is, and I believe is that's when JJ McCarthy may be coming off the board, right? So and the Broncos picked before him. So when I looked at that, that's why I said Bo Nix, because Bo Nix going to Sean Payton and Denver Broncos. And I think the Broncos, what they are picking number 9, I believe. 12, 9 or 12, something like that. I can't remember. I can't remember the order. I ain't got it pulled up, but yeah, it's something like that. And that's why I said Bo Nix going out there though. But look, I ain't mad at you. And they said, and Tattoo Terry said Nix with me. Who else out there thinking that? He said, don't let it be Nick South Coast Kane. But you said JJ McCarthy, man. And I ain't mad at you, man. Now one more question though. Out of these three quarterbacks, which quarterback has the best first season? And I don't want to say rookie season because one of them may not see the field this year, but the best first season.
Well, you know what? I might side with you on Bo Nix on this, on that particular perspective. If he, okay, all right. When you ask that question, what are you basing it on? Statistics or team success?
Oh, I would say, overall statistics. I want to say statistically. Because if we going by team, because I get you, I get that. Because if we going by team wise, then I would say JJ McCarthy because of his unselfishness. Him just wasn't to win by any means necessary. Period. You know what I mean? If he got to throw 30 screen passes in a game or hand the ball off 50 times, he gonna do that. He gonna make sure that he handing that motherfucker off the best way that you ever seen it. He gonna put it right there. You know what I mean? So whatever.
Hey, man, you gotta start talking about second favorite quarterback, man. You gotta stop. Hey, no.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, whatever. But but statistically, yes, I'm that. So statistically, who will have the best first season statistically out of these three quarterbacks?
Hey, before I answer that, I have to say this though. You said JJ McCarthy is very unselfish.
Yeah.
My thing is this. Why wouldn't the most unselfish quarterback get drafted first? Because you don't have a problem with sitting behind someone.
Yeah.
Because you're a team first guy. But answer your question, we gotta get back to reality. And best first season out the gate, like I said, Bo Nix, but now that I think about it, no, I gotta go with my favorite quarterback. I gotta go with Michael Penix. Like Michael Penix is at the point right now. Michael Penix would literally make me swap out one of my two favorite teams.
Yeah,
that's how I like him. Like you really can make me go to another fan base.
Man, he fired, man. He fired. He fired. And I think he if the best first season, he got the biggest arm. His deep ball accuracy is crazy. Crazy. That is a hard thing to do. I know they make it look easy. And I know when you somebody watching the game, they throwing the ball up to the receiver and they're fast. That is not easy hitting somebody 40 yards down the field while they're in stride, moving, putting the ball placement. That is not an easy thing. And Michael Penix got that, but I'm gonna have to stay with Bo Nix on this one. I'm gonna have to stay with Bo Nix just to be different, just to get on your nerves and to pick different from you. And then when I say why won't the first unselfish quarterback come off the board first? Well, because he might not hit the team that wants him may not be picking first. And I think the Denver Broncos want Bo Nix. And I think they picked before a team that would want JJ McCarthy or before the Minnesota Vikings. That's why I said that. Just that simple in that way. But just to go against the grain. But yeah, I'm huge on Michael Penix though. I like Michael Penix. You know that. But just to be different and pick different, so it's like, oh yeah. But yeah, Penix, he's fired out. But Bo Nix, that's why I wrote with on that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me bring this up because I saw this brought up after we kind of had our last discussion about these quarterbacks.
Okay.
From the Coach JB show, and they were asking him, about obviously Michael Penix dropping in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
And, obviously we all say, hey, it's the injuries, but it's like, but he's shown be healthy. Well, Coach JB brought up a very, very interesting point.
What's that?
And that if you draft Michael Penix, you essentially have to draft him to a team that can adjust to becoming a left-handed team. Now, obviously, you know what that means. That means your left tackle is no longer the blindside tackle; it becomes your right tackle.
Right.
So essentially, he has to go to a team where your right tackle has the ability. Well, obviously, if you're an NFL tackle, you can, you good at run blocking, pass blocking, obviously some of the others. But that now becomes their strong suit, has become their strong suit now.
Mm.
Essentially, how many teams have a right tackle that can demand or is in the same, like, what team has a right that is like Trent Williams? You know what I mean?
I get that. I
get
it.
Yeah, like what team has that? So he said that could be another reason that he's dropping, because you don't have a lot of teams that are set up for left-handed quarterbacks. And when you look around the league, it's Tua.
Okay.
Nobody else has a starting left-handed quarterback. So
Except Tua. Except the Dolphins.
And that's the only one.
And look, I like him in Miami though. I like him in Miami. But I want to see him in black and silver though, man. I want to see him go to your Raiders.
Oh, bro.
What's that?
What's
that? What's that?
Ooh, you just said something.
What's that? What's that? Go ahead, man. What's that?
Man, he better not go to Miami.
He better not. You brought it up first. I mean, you started talking about the left-handed, and then I said, okay, but I mean, Miami, man.
Going there though. I wasn't even going there.
I'm just saying, because they don't. Who is the back? Who's the backup in Miami right now? Who's the backup quarterback in Miami right now?
I don't know their name, but they are a right-handed quarterback though.
Okay, they're a right-handed quarterback, but if with the fact that we don't know their name means that if Tua goes down or injury, who's gonna come and replace him? Or
because now that you again, boy, we try to get to the juicy topic, but the appetite so
right. We could finish.
I think it may have been Torrey Holt.
Okay.
Yeah, because Torrey Holt does more talking than Isaac Bruce does, right? And I think they were talking about, because they played with then they had a left-handed quarterback one time. I want to say somebody had a left-handed quarterback, but anyway, they were just talking as a receiver. You have to The spin on the ball is different. Velocity is different coming from a left-handed quarterback versus a right-handed quarterback. So, with you bringing that up situation about the Dolphins, Michael Penix, again, going back to Deion Sanders, Michael Penix is being punished
Mm-hmm.
with injuries, but this very well could be a play or a ploy for a team like the Miami Dolphins to draft Michael Penix in the second round. You're the backup quarterback. Our starting receivers don't have to, in drills and practice, they don't have to go from working with a left-handed quarterback back to a right-handed quarterback. We can give you two left-handed quarterbacks, and if
Mm-hmm.
now nothing changes.
Nothing changes, and that's too cool, and that is like I believe that's the new way to go for a lot of teams. I see that they're transitioning to that in the NFL, in college football. You're seeing teams get 2 to 3. Their quarterback rooms has to be set. You're seeing that going on a lot, and I don't see that in Miami. If Tua goes down with the Miami Dolphins, who comes in to the Miami Dolphins and takes and keeps them there, and you know what I mean, just keeps them there, just steady. I need a couple wins. I don't need them to be, you know, 10 to 17 point blowouts, but who can come in and sell the ship and keep it going? I think Michael Penix can get that job done with
Yeah,
Tua. I think that's the dangerous quarterback room, or vice versa. Michael Penix going in and Tua backing him, either or. I think that's a good pick for the Dolphins. I don't know. We might have just started something for real, for real. That might be, you know,
yeah, big on it too. I think two, but I would say I think two a little bit more accurate though. I will say that.
And I mean, hey, he got to learn. There's some things that Michael Penix can learn from that, from Tua though. But Tua he's accurate. But look, all right, man, we're gonna keep it moving on the next thing, man. That was a great discussion, man. I'm digging that. We might have just turned some heads the other way, got people out there thinking down real hard with their thinking cap. Like, man, what is they talking about? These cats is crazy. All right, man, real quick. Can Caitlin Clark save the WNBA? And in this picture of 6 right here, from left to right, that's Rakia Jackson, Cameron Brink, Caitlin Clark, Camila Cardozo, Aaliyah Edwards, and Angel Reese. Is that enough star power to save the WNBA? Or can Caitlin Clark just carry that load all by herself? That's just a simple answer, you know what I'm saying, and why. That's it.
No,
No.
no, because you know what? I think this one has to happen, and I think this is kind of where maybe most people kind of get it confused, and
Uh-huh.
I was a part of that. But then we fans point of view, but we gotta bring a little balance to this as well.
Right.
What we got the biggest thing we gotta take in consideration, right, is the passionate fan bases that um these young ladies played in front of. Tennessee women's basketball historic, right? Going back
Right.
to their historic coach. Um, Iowa just burst on the scene with Caitlin Clark. South Carolina has been making some noise under Don Staley. UConn, for crying out loud, Gino Auriemma, arguably the greatest women's basketball coach of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Again, a school that's kind of coming up, coming on the scene like that. But the thing of it is that I do not feel like there's going to be enough crossover appeal to get those particular fans
Mm-hmm.
go to those to follow those young ladies to the next level. I don't think so. I don't think a UConn fan base is going to follow her to whatever school she goes to. I don't think LSU fan base is going to follow Angel Reese to where she goes. Same thing goes for
Right.
Clark. I don't feel like those fan bases are going to go there because I think their first love is going to be to that respective university. And
Mm-hmm.
excuse me,
Mm-hmm.
you were just a player that went there. Now, I'll say,
Right.
with them having some NIL deals that's going to follow them past college, if they can maybe maximize some of that stuff, maybe they may get one or two more eyeballs on that. But I just don't. I don't.
You
I don't
don't see it.
know storyline there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because think about this, right? And I'm gonna say this in closing, right? what we got going on right now is we have South Carolina versus LSU. That is now a rivalry. Obviously,
Right.
but that is a rivalry now. That's going to be a game that's watched. I don't think the eyeballs are going to be concerned with watching Cordoza versus Angel Reese at the next level. I
Right.
don't think eyeballs are going to be too concerned watching Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese at the next level like they are watching them in the collegiate game. I
Right.
just I don't think so. It may
That's
be
not the same.
they go over there and watch it, but again, we don't even know if these young ladies are going to be starters.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing because they might not go to the respective WNBA places and start. That's another thing. I don't want to, and again, I'm not going to pretend to be a women's basketball aficionado any respect, but I'm going to pay respect to these women that play this particular sport. I'm not going to say that these 6 women are going to come to whatever prospective team that drafts them and start day one. And I think that right there would be the thing that hurts them
Mm-hmm.
or hurts maybe some crossover appeal. But that's all I got to say about that.
Well said, brother. Well said. I agree. I don't think that it follows them. I don't think their fan bases follow neither. I think the WNBA is missing something. To me, simply, I think that the WNBA does not have enough teams. It doesn't get enough coverage. And it's just not talked about a lot. The mainstream media controls what is popular and whatever else, and they don't highlight that enough. The pay is too low. They can't hold a lot of the stars that was before. We seen a lot of these saying, we've seen this before. We seen stars go to the WNBA and still not be nothing. And a lot of them are overseas because of the pay. A lot of them are allowed to stay in the US now because of the name, image, and likeness, but you're not, it's just not carrying over. And you said it so well. Their fan bases are not following them over to the WNBA. And no, I don't think that it saves it either, unfortunately. And that's why I thought that Angel Reese not was going to stay at LSU, not only because, what I'm saying, I'm a fan of her in LSU, but not only that, just because of that, she didn't win. The fan base is not going to follow. It's not going to be the same. And name, image, and likeness is just that. But would her social media stay the same? I'm pretty sure it will. But until the WNBA grows, I don't think that the fan base to get any bigger. I think it has to have more teams, in my opinion. But well said, what you said. I totally agree with that.
Hey,
And my answer is no to that too.
and I'll add another thing. What do these 6 women, what do their colleges all have in common?
All them, they must look like blue bloods to me, brother. What you talking about? Tennessee, Stanford, Iowa, South Carolina, UConn. Well, right now, LSU. You said what are their universities have in common?
Yeah, not blue,
You
but let's narrow it down. Let's talk about let's narrow it down to let's say region. Let's do it like that because I don't want to just give you the answer. I want you to kind of guess it.
you want me to? You giving me some trivia today, huh?
What, Dang,
Okay.
what do these six? What are these 6 schools and the location of the schools or the areas that these schools they're located? What do I
So UConn is in the northeast. South Carolina's in let me see. Okay, so the SEC for one, right? That's what we're gonna say there. The SEC, what Tennessee and South Carolina. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not on trivia right now. I just got out of work, bro. My mind ain't working. I'm not synced in right now.
hey, these are all none of these schools are in major markets.
Oh,
Knoxville is not a major city. And from a metropolitan standpoint. We know Baton Rouge is not, even though it's the capital. Well, it's not the capital. Shreveport's the capital. Baton Rouge is not a major city. Where UConn is located, it's not a major city. Columbia, South Carolina, is not a major city. None of these are major cities where these are. These are college towns. And that's one thing again that we going back to a fan's perspective. That's just like how an NFL fan may look at someone that's a fan of, let's say, the University of Alabama, the University of Auburn. They don't have an NFL team. Auburn, Alabama, and Tuscaloosa, Alabama, those are not major cities, but those people love Alabama football. They love Auburn football. LSU fans, they love Baton Rouge people. They love LSU. They love
Columbia is a big town, though, huh?
what's going on.
Columbia, South Carolina is.
No. When we're talking about from a like Knoxville is a big city, but we're talking about like from a major like a Miami,
Oh
maybe
yeah, no, they ain't got that.
a New York, or Chicago,
Yeah,
and Dallas. No, they're not that size.
nah,
These
nah,
are college. Again, these are college towns. So again,
and I feel that.
there's a dip. Obviously, in you prior to you're more NFL than maybe college. And I'm more college than I am NFL. And I know the difference between the two fan bases because I have, like I said, I've told you this before. I have a buddy that's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan and
Mm-hmm.
does the NFL over college. And the reason he does is like, hey, look, I know that these players that get drafted, they're gonna be good. I ain't got to be worried about watching again, like you say, LSU may go out there and play Old Dominion or something like that.
Yeah,
Want to watch LSU versus Old Dominion. I'm just speaking figuratively, but I'm going to go watch again. Let's get back to the men's game. I'm going to watch the Lakers play the Golden State,
right.
play Memphis. Like they're not situations where you're gonna have a team that's so overmatched. And some people they don't like that.
Yeah, I get it, bro. I
They
get
don't
it.
like, but there's some people that do like that. So I think that's probably gonna be a bigger thing. Now maybe Juju playing at SC next year. We'll kind of see what happens over there because I think someone looked at the social media following. I think she's like at 400K. So if
Mm,
she gain another 5 or 6 or something over the next couple of years, then it's different. But to me, honestly, I would have to think that some of these schools that maybe in major
yeah.
cities, those schools have to kind of make some noise. But that's not the case.
Damn, man, you hit right on the head, man. Look at you, bro. You be going, bro. That's why I got you. That's why you here. Round of applause for you, brother. You killed that.
Hey, but before we get off this, because I know we're going to another topic, but because I know we didn't have it in the slides. Um, I looked at UConn and South Carolina, right? I looked at the margin of victory. It is so crazy how both teams were so dominant throughout the entire tournament. UConn men averaged 81 points a game in the tournament. They only allowed 56. South Carolina women averaged 82 points in the tournament, only allowed 57. That's a margin of victory of 25 points.
Yeah, nobody was close.
Crazy thing about this, preseason, Kansas men basketball were the favorite to win. Preseason women, LSU was the favorite to win. Obviously, because Carolina women went to got drafted. So I told you that, and because I texted you and told you that, but I got to tell it to your face. I
Okay.
told you UConn was taking the belt off. I told you they were taking the belt off,
Yeah.
and they was gonna whoop some butt. I told you that.
Well, man, let me tell you though, man. I must say, man, LSU women team, man, is crazy. I mean, if you would just been able to see what Anisha Morrow, what she was able to do at DePaul University was uncanny, was jaw dropping, was spectacular, extraordinary, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. You hear me? She was going off up there, averaging 36 points a game, carrying DePaul, put DePaul on the map up there from Chicago. She took a back seat. You know what I'm saying? And same thing with Haley Van Lith. Like she was averaging 26 up at Louisville. So and then Flage balling out, Angel Reese being there, and then getting Michaela Williams, and I think Michaela Williams was in the top 10 in the transfer portal. So yeah, they was the preseason favorite, and I'm like, because they're really, I think they should have been playing a lot through because she can play it all. Anisha Morrow, she could play. She's one of them what would you call them, like a point forward, point whatever kind of person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, play through her, whatever, let her touch the ball, whatever, man. And it just didn't work out that way. But I was just saying that to say that that's why they were the preseason favorite. But Dawn Staley did something that was just amazing because all 5 of her starters went to the WNBA. She rebuilt that team in a year and won the national championship. So I wonder why when people lose a whole team and they rebuild a whole team, and I know this is basketball, but it's still a team sport. She wins the championship, and other people that rebuild teams, they don't. And I don't know. Never mind. We'll switch the topic, but you know where I'm going with that, bro. You know where I'm going. you know where I'm going.
They went undefeated 2 years in a row. So I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, it is crazy. It is, but I'm gonna keep it moving though. I'm gonna keep it moving, man. But yeah, that's the answer to no. And it sucks though. It sucks, but look, we gonna keep it moving. We got to get to the meat and potatoes, man. We've been on for a while, man. We got to hurry up and get to these meat and potatoes. So each and every conference, right? So 3 teams per conference. And there's only 4 conferences now. The Pac-12 is non-existent as of July, right? So your favorite to win the conference, the runner-up in the conference, and then a dark rider. That's what I call it, but that's like what the dark horse, air quote, or unexpected team in that division. So I'll make it easy for you. I'll try to go as fast as possible. In the SEC, obviously, I'm a Longhorn fan. I'm a Longhorn. I'm going with the Longhorns. That's my college. Yeah, I'm saying that's my college team. That's my college home. I never, what I'm saying. So but I'm not going to go with them because realistically, it's their first year in there. There's Steve Sarkisian. There's some rebuilding going on. Lost some players. Some key defensive linemen. Brian Murphy. I know you've seen him. He's gone. We needed him on our D line. I don't know if that's for sure. So that made that defense tick. I got to go with Ole Miss, the favorite to win the SEC this year. I got to go with them. Period. I just got to because the stats is there. Runner up in the conference. I'm gonna go with Georgia. I'm gonna go with Georgia to be the runner up behind Ole Miss, and then I'll go with my Longhorns to be the unexpected team in the SEC to either win it all or whatever, but they're gonna put in some work in there. So that's what I say with the SEC. Now, what you saying in the SEC, bro?
Hey, when Bama fans see this, they gonna light us up. But same 3 teams. We just got the runner up and the winner. Different. I mean, Georgia to me they still the favorite.
Right.
Got the most talent. I think even with the addition of Kalen DeBoer, I think Kirby Smart right now with Nick Saban leaving, he is the best coach in the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at it, they're returning 15 starters. So it's like they lost some guys to the draft, but they returned a lot of guys. I got Ole Miss second. They've gone crazy in the portal. Jackson Dart returning. Lane Kiffin and some Miami fans may feel away. Lane Kiffin, my favorite coach in college football. So they've done some things to address the defensive side of the ball, which I think that's what they've been lacking at. And the dark horse, I have to go with Texas. To me, it was also between Texas and Oklahoma. I was leaning Oklahoma because I know that they're going to bring a defense, but then I stopped for a second. I said, wait a minute, Quinn Ewers is returning. They got another second portal window open. They've killed it in the recruiting, so they got some guys leaving, but they got some guys coming back. So I think Sark, with that offense that they have, is gonna be there. But I literally just kind of looking at it because this is actually harder to do because it's easy to just name some teams. But
Right.
dark horse, I was really at Texas, Oklahoma, and like Auburn. Like that's where I was at with it, and I even had LSU in there, but I was like, well,
Oh, I like that Auburn. I like Auburn. They young team. They young, man. Auburn coming though. Auburn coming.
yeah, LSU got to replace the quarterback. But yeah, Ole Miss got 13 guys returning. This is not including portal. Texas got 11 guys returning. From a production standpoint, Georgia's returning 76% of the offensive production, 55% of the defensive production. Ole Miss 71% offense, 52% defense. Texas is returning 74% of production and 66% on defense. The crazy thing about Texas, now let's again, we don't want to belabor it too much, but we know Texas lost Jonathan Brooks, they lost
Yeah.
and they lost Xavier Worthy, but they're still returning 74% of offensive production. That is absurd. That is absurd.
What? Brian Murphy, man. I know. The D line, man. See, I like my big guys, man. And losing Brian, man, that hurt, man. That hurt on that D line, bro. That hurt. Yeah, it did. And I mean, 74%. That is absurd. That's a winning recipe. I don't think nobody can stop him. But yeah. So we got to try to get through this. And so when you talking the Big 12 outlet. Going fast I can. Let me see. All right, Big 12, real quick. And that's crazy. We didn't mention Mizzou, Alabama, and those are two teams that right on the cusp. You know what I'm saying?
A&M got a returning quarterback.
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
That's crazy. I mean, yeah, but all right. So I'm gonna do the Big 12. We're gonna say the ACC, right? For that, that's the best for the last, right? All right, that's what we're gonna do. But the Big 12, I gotta go with Utah winning the Big 12. The favorite, my runner up in the Big 12 would have to, and this is gonna sound crazy to a lot of people out there, but I gotta go with Oklahoma State University, bro. I mean, I gotta go with them. A lot of people say that they were a pass heavy team. The Big 12 is, I know I called them trash before in the video, but look, doing my research on this division, on this conference is going to be a lot better than what it used to be. And look, hands down, y'all just did a video on them. They got the best fucking running back in college football returning. Like, you know what I'm saying? Who's going to stop that man? Ollie Gordon is a straight up monster running that ball. And we seen how effective running the ball can be in college football. And look, Oklahoma, they might even put something on Utah. And then the team to watch for, it was hard because I think they're all like they real close. There's a lot of teams that's real close as far as recruiting, and you get to looking at on paper right now. We gotta wait till the season start, but on paper right now, everybody's real close. They look good, right? So Colorado's one of the teams, and I could have been there. I even think Baylor, right? Because I'm a big DeQuan Finn fan. I think DeQuan Finn is a lot better than what the large public. I don't talk about this man from Toledo enough. He from Detroit, Michigan. He's about that life. He grew up like that. He's a quarterback. He got the size. He was in the MAC championship, y'all. And he carried Toledo. But listen, all right. But anyhow. And he's at Baylor right now. And that quarterback position at Baylor just got a lot better. But I want to say West Virginia, man. Garrett Green is just him. If you talk about returning production, I know they missing some of the offensive linemen and stuff like that. But at West Virginia, man, look, they about to put in that work, and they run the ball well. Their running back was a freshman last year. I can't get his name off top of my head right now, but he's only a sophomore. They got two different 1-2 punches. Garrett Green can run the ball, pass the ball. I think and they got a decent defense returning some players. So look, West Virginia, man, they're definitely my Dark Rider team in that Big 12.
So my favorite, I gotta go with Oklahoma State, right? Ollie Gordon, Bill. Okay. They are returning an absurd amount of guys. They're returning 20 guys from last year's team. 20, which is the most out of all of the teams that I selected. First, I have Kansas second, right? Again, may have the second best running back in college.
Devin Neal.
Yes, Jalen Daniels returns. He got injured early in the season. He only played 5 games, but before he left, he had tossed 5 touchdowns to 1 interception. So you get him back in the mix along with a potent run game. I think Kansas. Again, this is crazy to say, but we're talking Kansas. They even with Jalen Daniels going down, they were still a 9-win team last year. So I think that they're going to make a push. And then my dark horse, which again, this again over all 4 conferences, this was so hard because I said like you, I was thinking like Baylor.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, well, what about Arizona State? Kenny Dillingham, the work that he and Dan Lanning were able to do at Oregon that first year, trying to get that offense together and what he was able to do, putting things together. I thought about Arizona, right? He may have the best quarterback in the conference second best, maybe behind Shador, with 2 potent weapons on the outside. But I settled with Iowa State. And I'm gonna tell you why I settled with Iowa State. Matt Campbell's a good coach, right? They have 90% of their offensive production returning this upcoming year. They have 80% of their defensive production returning, which that goes to show me that this will be a veteran team. This is a team that has a lot of guys that have played a lot of football that produce, not just on the roster. And I think this could be the year because people are trying to begin. Matt Campbell has been a hot name for maybe some NFL jobs and even some other collegiate jobs and stuff like that. So I do think that this may be the year that Matt Campbell is able to, make some noise, a dark horse. But I still got Oklahoma State and Kansas as my favorites.
Okay. All right. Hey, I ain't mad at that, bro. I ain't mad at that, bro. I like that, bro. I really do. I like that. And I just did a video on Devin Neal, man. He's unreal, man. The way listen. The
What's the
way he ran the ball, man, is unreal, man. He go in.
we
He
might,
goes in.
we might
Huh?
put on this too.
Who?
Which one of the team win each one of these conferences?
Oh, okay. I got all right. So my next one, right? So the next one I'm gonna roll with is all right. So we got the Big Ten. Whoo! I think we going to probably go the same thing with this, but the Big Ten just got a whole lot better. But I I got swayed a lot with the Big Ten. I think that for some reason, right? Oregon and the moves they have made, they probably have the best receivers, arguably in college football. You can argue that, right?
Yeah,
Right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
starting. Yeah, yeah.
Um, you could their quarterback room is outstanding.
Yes.
Um, and so in short, y'all, just trying to get through this so we can get to John Calipari, right? I'm going Oregon, Ohio State to be the runner up, and then I'm going unexpected team, unexpected. Nobody's expecting them to do anything. Wisconsin. I was thinking Indiana too, cause I like Curtis Ryuk. I like Curtis Ryuk, and I like what Kurt Signetti's doing, what he did with James Madison and all that. Indiana, they're close, but I think Wisconsin is just a little bit better than that, and he's gonna have to adjust to the Big Ten life. So Wisconsin unexpected, Oregon winning it, the Big Ten, and Ohio State being a runner up.
I mean, we got the same thing, right? I got Oregon as the favorite, not because of their offense, but because,
Yeah.
right, this will be the 3rd year under Dan Lanning and Tosh Lapoy on defense. They are returning 70% of production on defense. I think that defense probably will be the best in the Big Ten, even better than Ohio State, even though Ohio State did go pick up a Caleb Downs and they recruit very well. But I just think this is the year that Dan Lanning is able to kind of get across the finish line. Kind of, in my opinion, kind of similar fashion to his mentor and Kirby Smart.
Okay.
just kind of getting it there. Obviously, like you said, Ohio State's 2 and Wisconsin is 3. And the thing about Wisconsin to me, again, I'm a defensive guy. Um, Luke Fickle is a defensive genius, right? So
Yeah.
the defense together. Phil Longo, I think, second year there, he's gonna be able to do some things that he's able to do. And yeah, like I said, I think those would be the top 3 teams in the Big Ten next year. I know some Michigan fans may feel away. Penn State fans may feel away, like you say, Indiana fans, Nebraska fans. Again, like I say, this dark horse thing, that's funny though, don't you think? It's funny because it's harder to find a dark horse than it is
Yeah.
who we feel like is the number 2
You know
because
what?
really the dark horse is a team that we feel like, well, hey, a couple of things go right,
Yeah.
I can be number 1. You know what I'm saying? But it's
Right.
to me,
Right.
it's hard doing it. But it was easy to do it kind of here because I said Wisconsin the third team I'm following this year, so I was picking them regardless.
Oh, okay. So I mean, but look, I mean, so yeah, so I learned a lot, and then in Wisconsin, man, I think they right there, man. I think let's see what Matt Rule does in Nebraska. They right there, they right there. But okay, so last but not least, we got the ACC. Your favorite to win the conference, runner up in the conference, and your dark horse. Um, Now, like you said, I want to start with my dark horse first, right? Because when you we talk about Pittsburgh culture, right? You talk about Pittsburgh culture, the Pitt, they beat in Louisville, sorry the whole season, and you like, man, Pittsburgh, they just got this culture where they don't quit. They can be 2-8, you can go in there playing them, but you better be on your A game playing Pittsburgh at all times because you might drop that game. If you're not, they don't suck. They develop talent well out there in Pittsburgh. They
So
just do. Um,
did you just take a shot though?
huh?
Feel like you just took a shot.
Did I?
You just took, yeah, because you just said your season could be going good and they could be 2-8 and you roll in there and they beat you. Because that's what happened to us in 2017. So I just didn't even know what type of time you're on right now.
I mean, I'm just saying. I said Louisville. I'm talking about Louisville. I'm talking about
Oh,
Louisville last year. They did that to Louisville last year. So
I'm just saying though, you just talk about the culture and stuff like
yeah, I mean that's what Pittsburgh do, man.
oh, okay,
Pittsburgh,
okay. So that was the type of time you're on. Okay.
Pittsburgh they just one of them teams, man, that'll beat you and
There you
when
go.
you least expect it. So you got to be on your A game playing Pittsburgh, no matter if they rebuild it, no matter how sorry their record is, how So yeah, I could go with them as unexpected, but I don't think that that's gonna go that way. I just want to talk about them for a little bit, show some love to the Pits. Besides Cameron Lindsay, my young man coming up out of Aliquippa, gonna be a monster. He went to the same high school Darrell Revis went to. But anyway, I got to go with SMU. Preston Stone is going to shock the ACC. I think he's going to come up in there, put in some work. My runner up in the ACC, and look, and no joke, man. My runner up, I gotta go. And people think it's going to be something different, right? They all think I'm gonna go with this team. I'm going with NC State to be my runner up in the ACC. Why? Because when I did that watch day spring game and I did that review on that, I like that culture. I just like the way everybody was giving maximum effort to receivers, the offensive line, the way they running that ball. It was just crazy to me. If you seen that spring game, then you'll be like, oh my goodness, there wasn't a running back that wasn't toting right. Grayson McCall going up there. I think they're gonna have a decent season. And then my favorite to win the ACC, man, I gotta go rock with the Hurricanes, cause you know what time it is, dog. I gotta rock with the Hurricanes to win the ACC. Cameron, despite what everything's going on, and I know a lot of people overhype what's going on and they don't evaluate the correct way or whatever. But look, man, Cameron Ward, man, is excellent at what he does. Even though I like Jakari Brown, I think that they have a good situation going on over there, a great situation going on over there. Actually, in my eyes, let me put that in that way because we don't want Cameron Ward to go down, but if it did, Jakari Brown coming in and they ain't missing a beat. Miami's primed to take this over. DJ Ugly game in Florida State, that's where they went wrong at. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, so Yeah, man. I gotta roll with the U, man. I gotta roll with the U for my favorite to win the ACC, dog. That's me.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I had to be a homer on this. I had to be. I got us winning it because we got too much money invested in this roster not to win it. And
Right.
that's about that. I don't care about nothing else. I don't think nobody else in the ACC has spent as much money on their roster as we have. So that's my reason for doing it. I got Florida State as the runner-up, and I'll say this: you brought up DJU, but one thing I will say again, like I say, I tell everybody I'm a football fan first, and then I get into the whole fan base, beefing with another fan base. But I say
Okay.
Florida State and Mike Norvell, they have constructed an offense from when he first got there. That offense is not solely dependent on their quarterback having to be the game savior. They have insulated. They did a fantastic job insulating Jordan Travis, and I feel like they will do the same thing for DJU. They will insulate it. They will maximize what he's good at. They will minimize what he struggles at. They may, and I hate to say this, but I mean I understand the situation that we have in Coral Gables, but Florida State may actually be returning the best defense in the ACC.
Man, stop that, man. You know the Hurricanes is, cuz, man. We gonna stop that frame. Cause I ain't gonna let you get up on here and talk that about no Hurricanes like that, cuz.
Listen, I can't be biased. I can't be biased.
Nah, I feel you. I feel you.
This is done
I
by.
feel you.
Can't be
I
biased.
feel you. I feel you, man.
But I think they will. I think they'll be the run up. And then for the dark horse, I gotta go with Louisville. Right. I think Brom, what he was able to do at Louisville that first year, they've been active in the transfer portal. I think, to be honest with you, if he's able to get a solid quarterback in there, or he can help, minimize the exposure that the current quarterback has, I think they're going to make some noise. They were able to pick up two guys from the University of Miami, Jaleel Skinner and Don Chaney. I think those two guys are probably going to go to Louisville and play pretty well. But I got Louisville as my dark horse.
Nice.
I think Jeff Brom and the staff that they've assembled up there, they got a good staff assembled.
All right, man. Hey, y'all, that's our AC. That's our AC. Our picks for the conference and Power Four football nowadays. That's our picks, our dark horses. Why not? Make sure y'all hit that like button for us. Even if y'all watching for a couple seconds, just hit it and just move on. Do what you do. All right, man. But we finna go ahead and roll into the last topic for the night, man. The Big John, man. We gotta give it up, man. John Calipari moving on from Kentucky and taking the job for head coach of the men's basketball team in Arkansas. What does this mean? And you was just talking about this, bro. You was just talking about this not too long ago here on the fans' point of view. And we had a whole topic saying, should they leave? Should they leave? And now he's already he's in Arkansas right now. And I think we're hitting on two different things here, right? I like the fact that this collective that's there is amazing. When you look at the alum that's there, you just was talking about him earlier today. Jerry Jones is an alum of Arkansas, correct?
Yeah.
The owners and shareholders. Let me get this. Jim Walton is Sam Walton's youngest son. Jim Walton's net worth is $73 billion. He's also an alum. That's the Walmart family, okay? William Hutchinson, the attorney, he was a candidate for the 2024 presidential run. He's an alumni there. This is just talking about the power, okay? Sam Walton, that's another one of the Walmart family. His net worth is $72 billion, and he's the principal owner of guess what football team? The Denver Broncos. And like I just mentioned, Jerry Jones, right? The political ties they have a quarter of the politicians that are all alumni there. That just goes along with the money, the power that they have. They're demanding respect. John Calipari, being able to bring in all these highly recruited transfers, 4 and 5 star, one and done type of guys. I think that he's trying to change that culture, the way that the NIL is moving. I think that it's set up for that basketball team to be fire. You hear me? Fire. But the question I gotta ask you, bro, before you start cooking is, does John Calipari, and I gotta say this because I normally don't cuss, but does John Calipari fuck this up? Just flat out. Does he? I mean, what goes on here? What's go ahead and cook. Cook.
Does he mess this up? Man, you know what? I don't think so.
Ooh.
I don't think he does mess this up, right?
And why is that?
That'll be because I think that, you know, when we talked about this subject previous show, and I told you that one of John Calipari's closest friends is speaking about him, saying that the current Kentucky team is not playing the style of ball that John Calipari teaches. And obviously that could have been based on youth or whatever the situation was, but he's not coaching the way that he wants to coach.
Right.
And so I think right now, because I read an article in The Athletic, it broke down the entire situation, how all of this came together. But this issue started in 2012. Now, mind you, we in 2024. The situation with Kentucky, he and the AD have been beefing since 2012.
Right.
So when we put this in perspective like this,
beefing. What they were beefing about?
John Calipari wanted some facilities.
Oh.
AD said no. But we'll get into that. We'll get into that. So we'll kind of stay on topic because, like I said, it was a lot of meat in that article. But that was the situation. Arkansas wanted Calipari when he left Memphis. So they've been wanting him since then, right? So the course of action, well, this could be completely different. This could be Arkansas potentially in the position that Kentucky has been in over the last couple of years. Maybe you don't have a John Wall at Kentucky. John Wall is playing for the Razorbacks. DeMarcus Cousins is a Razorback. I mean, if some things would have changed or whatever the situation was. But that's just kind of been the situation. So basically, when reading this article from The Athletic, which is a free article, which is a godsend, because usually when you click on Athletic articles, the first thing they prompt you to do is to sign up for a membership. This was
right.
But within that article, it spoke about that essentially John Calipari, every year it wasn't necessarily as motivated. And so the wording that they used was that Kentucky is not a job where you can have an on and off switch, where you can want to turn the switch on and then turn the switch off. Like the switch consistently has to stay on. So that basically been the relationship between the athletic director and John Calipari.
Okay. Yeah. Hey man, look, I think so. With the rumors about the Dressing the Collective, what do you think about the collective situation going on over there with Arkansas? Do you think that there's some truth to these rumors that we're hearing? Just your opinion on it. But Tyson's Chicken owner, the owner of that being alumni, Jerry Jones and Sam, the Walmart family. Do you think that's going to help the program? What do you think about that? Tell me a little bit about that. What you thinking on that?
You know what? This was when NIL was first announced, right? Arkansas was a school that I looked at. I zeroed in on them because when you look at the Fortune 500 companies, not just the CEOs, because obviously sometimes CEOs, y'all are just there. No, we're talking about founders or heirs,
right?
Particular businesses. Like, so all of your money, you're not an employee. Like, you own this. Like, all of your net worth is tied up into this business. When you look at the number of founders and owners, that is impressive list. And my whole thing was, what happens if those people feel like, as again, because you know what they say when people get older, they say, look, they start maybe spending a little bit more, they're not as frugal with the
Mhm.
money. What happens when those Arkansas boosters want to apply some pressure? Because everybody talk about Texas oil money, talk about Texas A&M oil money, talk about stuff like that. Nobody talking about that money
Mm-hmm.
from Fayetteville.
That grocery money.
Nobody talking
Like
about everybody go to Walmart.
everybody.
Everybody pretty much eat Tyson's chicken. You know what I'm
Tyson.
saying? A lot of people are, Cowboys fan, bless their heart.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens when they want to apply a little pressure? And so I think the first move, well, technically the second move, right? Because obviously, Stan Kroenke is married to the daughter
Mm-hmm.
of the LA Rams.
Yeah.
Now, a son, again, like you said, involved, he owned the Denver Broncos. So now they're diversifying the portfolio. So now they're getting into sports. So one thing about a person that's in business, I want to run a good business, but I'm also competitive as hell. I want to win.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of getting back in before we get into the article, but just to kind of stay on the question that you asked, it seems like they wanna make something happen. They about to turn the heat up, and
Yes. This is all what I've always been talking about, bro. Like, I mean, in a nutshell, like I know and I knew it was gonna be an owner like Jerry Jones to jump all over something like this. I said to myself, if Jerry Jones could sponsor somebody in the NIL or just any NFL owner can own a college or help a college, like they'd be having a field day. Could you imagine Jerry Jones owning one of these colleges right now, how
but
stacked that football team would be or something? I'm just
this
saying.
the thing though. But we just talking about Jerry, and you just named out two people that's worth 70 billion.
Now I know. I mean, I was just talking about
They,
Jerry,
they could
but
buy
we
Jerry
ain't gonna forget about Jim and Sam Walton. I
for,
mean, I'm just
they,
saying.
they could buy Jerry 15 times. You know what I'm
And
saying?
this is all the backing that Calipari has down there at Arkansas. He has this is the part of the collective alumni that's at his disposal in Arkansas. Mm-mm-mm. I think, and this is where I wanted to hit on. And like I said, not only that, just the politicians. Fun fact, I know this ain't got nothing to do with it. Just sidebar real quick. Joycelyn the Elders, she served as the Surgeon General for the United States in 1993 to 1994. She was the first African American to do so. All right, and she's an alumni of Arkansas. Just wanted to put that out there. Fun fact, real quick. Anyway, keep it moving. But look, um. Like I said, man, you got Mark Pryor, the lawyer, Mike Beebe, a lawyer, Blanche Lincoln, a politician, Leslie Rutledge, politician, Tim Hutchinson, Mark McLary, Bruce Westerman, Rodney Slater, Glenn Hager, Jacqueline Kramer, I'm sorry. Listen, all politicians, the power that they have, and it's all at Calipari's disposal. Like this, and I know this has been in the news all week. People have been talking about so many, him being there, him being gone. I don't know the game of basketball and coaches enough to talk about that, but what I do know is how to do my research and how to look at this thing from a perspective that I know and where I can hit on. And and where I'm thinking of is the NIL value and the collective part and the power that he now has to help him build whatever team, his basketball team. Not only was he already a hell of a recruiter, but who's going to say no to this Walton money? Now that he got Walton money backing him, like, and on top of his recruiting, like I think that Calipari changes. I think that he's going to build a team that's going to sustain success, and I think that and I'm going out on a limb right now because I'm always saying bold things to say that John Calipari is going to there's going to be a team that is going to run the three peats 4P. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? He gonna start building that up down there. Because I mean, he has all the money. There's no excuses now for him not being able to win the whole natty. I tell you that for a fact. But you can finish cooking what you was cooking on. I just wanted to put that out there real quick, bro.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 1000% with you. But to kind of go ahead and get into this article a little bit, right? So
Okay.
this is kind of a side topic because of something that Calipari said that they had within this article. When Calipari approached AD about some facilities, AD basically said, "Hey, look, um, this is only. It just needs to be refurbished. We don't need to bulldoze anything down and build something back up." So Calipari goes off in front of, gets some media around him, and Calipari essentially says, "We're a basketball school,"
Mm.
which upset Mark Stoops, the football coach of the Kentucky Wildcats. Now, this is the side subject. What do you do when you have, especially in the SEC, which the SEC is a football conference? So, what do you do when you got a situation, again, Arkansas, because it looks like y'all actually may be in that boat where y'all may want a competitive basketball team, but y'all gonna want a competitive football team too.
Mm.
It's gonna
Mm.
be in for position in terms of these facilities being built and allocating resources to go get a high school player while also allocating resources to go get a football player. So I think some schools are going to have to navigate that because when we think about the NIL
Mhm.
space, we really mostly thinking about football, but reading this article, that was one of the biggest determining factors that John Calipari wanted. He wanted to make sure that if he goes to Arkansas, that NIL collective was going to be committed to giving him everything that he needs to attract this talent to the University of Arkansas.
Right.
Um, so how this played out was that Arkansas reached out to Cal,
Mhm.
hired him, but to pick his brain because
Mm.
they to turn the heat up. They were looking to see who was going to be the replacement coach, what they needed to put in place to make Arkansas a destination spot for potential high school basketball players. And
Right.
at the conclusion of the meeting, the AD basically said, "We don't need to look at another candidate. We want you."
Mm.
So again, like I said, it was already a relationship and a line of communication there already because they were courting him when he left Memphis. And based on this article, when they put the offer on the table, Calipari didn't really give Kentucky an opportunity to match or to overpay, which is what they were able to do when he thought about going to UCLA in 2019. Again,
Mhm.
these are the type of things. So essentially, if Coach Cal is already looking to go to different jobs, he's been checked out. So while I may want to kind of take back my statement that I made about, you should have got fired, but again, you on the job, you need to do the best thing you do. But if this article is saying two things, and one thing is saying he was ready to go, but then on the other side is like, well, on and off switch, basically saying he may have had a team that he felt some potential with,
Mhm.
and another team he didn't feel potential with, right? But I think he'll be successful, or this is going to be Jimbo Fisher, except on a much larger stage. Because Jimbo Fisher, in my opinion, is not as good as Jimbo Fisher was as a college football coach. I don't think Jimbo Fisher does not have the same type of cachet, the same type of notoriety as a John Calipari. So if it doesn't
Mhm.
work out for and obviously Arkansas would not be on the hook for nearly as much money as Texas A&M is on the hook for Jimbo Fisher. But either Coach Cal rewrites, well, not rewrites, but strengthens his legacy as being a very good college basketball coach, other than just being an ace recruiter, or you end up being Jimbo Fisher. But I'm gonna go with and say that he's gonna get it together. He's gonna be motivated. I think maybe Arkansas may be in a situation to me where he may actually be able to build some teams and maybe not be so much on the one and done type of thing, as what
Yeah.
you're saying.
I think, and it's much easier to build a basketball team. And when you was talking about the NIL, and Jimbo, I think Jimbo still did a great job at recruiting and everything. I don't know why they couldn't get over the hump. I was kind of mad about that, but um, it's much easier to build a basketball team with money than it is football. I mean, at the NIL level, you know what I mean. There ain't as many players, and it's in this look. He'll be able to do it, man. And I hope that they're able to do that. Like I said, I want to see it. I can't wait to see it, man. And everything you said was spot on, bro. Look, excellent. You got anything more you want to add to the people or anything else,
Yeah,
bro?
yeah, and I'll say this right, and this was again kind of echoing what I said, when we talked about this other week. The athletic director of Kentucky essentially said, "Look, we've made some big investments for you. Right now, you're asking for more money, but we haven't got a return on that investment," which goes back to again, no Final Four appearances, no,
Mm-hmm.
you haven't cut the net down in a while.
Right.
You're asking for new facilities. You're asking for more NIL backing, but yet you are getting very good players. Like, no, we so again, at the end of the day, um, maybe Arkansas may get to that same point too, because again, I say that the same thing about Miami, not to try to get back to it. But at the end of the day, you got to start turning over some significant wins, not just,
Yeah.
or individuals with checks are gonna be like, look, we're not gonna keep giving you money and you're not doing anything with it. You're slow,
Right.
right?
Right.
And so that's
Mm-hmm.
kind of the sentiment that was that got to Kentucky. And again, I echo that. It's like, hey, look, you want to be like Coach K, you Bill Self and all those guys like that. Your name is attached to them because of the cachet that you have, but the resumes don't match up.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. He'll be able to get them players. He should be able to get them now. I mean, with the backing that he has with in the collective, he should be able to still get those players there that he needs to get down to Arkansas. He should be able to get them there, man. There's no excuses. That's what I say. I say there's no more excuses if he don't win in Arkansas. Seeing doing just me. So you attacking and doing the research into this article and back in the article and what you have said, spoken on this article, and me doing the research, going deep diving into these alums. And that's part of the collective, right? For the NIL and so forth and so on, which is just, AKA play to play for the college students, whatever, right? So bruh, when I tell you they got power, money, respect, bruh, like it's limitless at Arkansas. Limitless. And I'm like, man, I just couldn't believe it. I could not believe the amount of the star celebrity bad celebrities that went there, the alum, what they do. Yeah, it's limitless, man. And then the Waltons being there, it's just like wow, 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 wow. What up, Daryl Page? What up, man? What it do? What's up? What's going on with it? So but look, man, I mean, I said all I could say about that, man. Like, I mean, look. Oh yeah, I did want to add this because I did learn something. Alvin Robinson, you heard of that name before? Arkansas. You ever
no,
heard that name? Alvin Robertson played in the NBA from 1984 to 1993. He is a Arkansas alumni. He was the only guard in NBA history to record a quadruple double. Fun fact. Fun fact.
crazy.
All right. I just what I mean, I learned a whole lot. I mean, look, Doug McMillan, the president, chief executive officer of Walmart, he's an alumni there. We know Darren McFadden went there, Jason Peters. I already know that Ryan Mallett, Bobby Porter's, Peyton Hillis. Can we keep, Pat Babb, Joe Johnson, Tyson Gay, We just throwing names out there. I mean, there's just a whole bunch of stuff that when I learned and I did, and that's where I wanted to go because the alum is like part of the collective too. That's where because they're allowed to give automatically the alum. So, I mean, and like you said, they're owners. They're not. They own the company. They're just not CEOs, you know what I'm saying, or part on the boards or chairs or whatever. Like, so I like what Calipari doing. I think that he's gonna have huge success there, but there's no excuses for him not to have success there, if that makes sense. I think he's going to have success there, and there's no excuses for him not to have success there. All right. Because it's all there for him and in the open. And as far as you saying him always wanting to be on, having to be on at there, he couldn't turn it off. Like I can understand that. You got to be on go mode 24/7. But look, man, I know I done kept you long, man. We done went way over time, bro. Appreciate it.
Be putting out the appetizers and entrees. Now my stomach hurt.
Oh, bro, I appreciate it though, bro. I do, man.
But I'm gonna say this though. In close, I'm gonna say this though. Hey, because again, this article said that that's what they were looking to do. They were looking to make a splash hire at the basketball coach spot. Sam Pittman is on the hot seat.
Mm-hmm.
I am sure the same mindset is going to be they're looking for a splash hire in college football. If Sam Pittman does not get this together, watch out. Arkansas has money to get a coach they can turn Arkansas around.
Well, they got a splash. They got a cannonball. They were looking for a splash hire. They went and got a cannonball, right? Yeah. I mean,
and again, I'm just gonna say it. Like I say, we talked about going back to the other subject. Like a guy like a Matt Campbell, he may not be, just a name, but it's some guys that if you put some things together this particular year and you at maybe a lower school, I got some bread for you.
Right.
It just shows you that by getting John Calipari, and we know what Cal gonna need to operate that basketball. So imagine what those people are looking to give to operate that football.
That's what I'm saying, man. I think like now knowing what I know about Arkansas, deep diving into this university, there's no reason why their football teams or any team for that matter, I don't care what team they got, the pickleball team at Arkansas University, none of them need to be bad. You hear me? Ooh. You hear me? None of them, man. None of them. I appreciate you, man. Tell the wife and the baby, man. I appreciate y'all, man, for real, dog. Straight up, man. All right, y'all have a blessed night, man. Thank y'all for coming to kick it with us on a Friday night. We won't be back till next week.
Hey, do this upset you right now?
Yeah, dog. You gotta flip it. You gotta flip it, dog.
No. Why would I flip it? I don't like Texas.
It's all right. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I'm gonna double it. I'm gonna double it on you. Yeah. All right, bro. No doubt. All right, y'all know how we give it up here, man. Peace.
Want to see Truck and Chubby live and co-host Shad? Tune in at Fans Point of View. Saturday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3:30 p.m. Pacific Time. But in the meantime, in between time, enjoy the content. Don't forget to hit your notification bell for all updates. Thank you for watching.